Okay, this is just to go over the new numbers of the week homework change. So you can see that Monday has stayed the same, so we don't really need to talk about that much. It's just going to be find the sum, make sure that they're showing their work over here. Now Tuesday is where there's a slight difference. We're still solving for the difference, but I am specifying right now how I'd like it to be done, and that's just so they show me two ways. So draw it, what we do is just draw it out with what we would draw base 10. So I would draw 662, so I would draw 6 hundredths, 6 tens, and 2 ones. So it might help for the students to write the equation over here on the side just so they see it nice and clear. To take away 9 ones they can't, so they'll need to cross off a 10 and draw their 10 ones. And once they've done that, they can then cross off their 9 ones. And then they'll count the remaining and record it underneath. So they'll just continue doing that, making sure to show their work. Now, make it friendly is just a nice way for the students to really find a shortcut. So I feel like their foundations are pretty strong that we can start looking at a little bit of a shortcut. So the way we do that is when we look at the number 199 and we're trying to take that away from 662, it's not friendly because there's not enough ones and there's not enough tens. But we can easily make it friendly by adding 1 and making that 200. If I add 1 to the top, because I have to do it to both, I quickly have an equation that I don't need to borrow from anything, and I can quickly solve the problem. So this has kind of become a favorite for the students, and I definitely recommend practicing a little bit of this more at home as long as they're getting the foundation, which are on Wednesday and Thursday. So we've been working a lot on word problems and helping to understand that word problems aren't just about addition and subtraction. They're about understanding, is it a joining problem? Does it sound like things are coming together? Or is it a removing problem? Does it sound like things are coming apart? This is to help the students understand that just because it sounds like they're coming together doesn't mean you're adding. And the same goes for removing. Just because it sounds like there's things being taken away, it depends on what you know, whether or not you're actually going to use subtraction. So we've been studying specifically joining and removing long enough that I feel confident that they should start to feel comfortable with this on their homework. So let's begin with Wednesday's start unknown. In a joining problem, you'll see the start is right here. And so what they might need to begin with is you're going to move in this direction. So you might start off with Tanya had some cookies. Her mother gave her 463 more. Now she has 662 cookies. How many cookies did her mother give her? Because we're solving for the start. Change unknown is where we don't know how much was joined to the original amount. So the start is still here and we're still moving in that same direction. But this time the problem would become Tanya had 199 cookies. Her mother gave her some more. Now she has 662. How many cookies did Tanya's mom give her? So they can come up with two totally different problems, or they can write it just as I gave you there, where you just switch out the unknowns. Let's come down to Thursday. Start unknown, change unknown, only this time we're going to make it sound like things are being taken away. In a removing problem, the start is at the top of the triangle. So let's begin. So Mrs. Petronio had some books. She lent 199 books. Now there are 463 books left. So the question would be, how many books did Mrs. Petronio have to begin with? Over on the change problem, we're looking at not knowing how many were taken away. So this time the problem would be Mrs. Petronio had 662 books. She lent some books out. Now she has 463 books left. Now the question changes to, how many books did she lend out? So hopefully this will help, and I wish you good luck on the homework this week. Thanks again.